We're recording.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. If anyone is there, good evening. So do you have to let them in, or they'll just come on? Okay. Good evening.
7 o'clock on Sunday, March the 23rd, 2025. And we're here live with our annual broadcast.
And our spring collection. Spring flowers. What you hear, Marvin?
Going back to Africa again.
Feel free to say you're here in the comments. Give us a shout out. Those of you that are on Facebook. Those of you that are on YouTube. Hi.
In case you missed this, the recording of this will be on Facebook, on the Marvin Sin page, and on YouTube, on Obalua. And we will send out copies of the slideshows during the week to our email list. So
if you want to be on the email list and you're not, you can sign in at marvinsin.com. There is something available for
right
you
at
to
the
do
top
that.
of the page, you can sign in the guest book.
There you go. Guest book. That's what I was trying to think
You know you didn't want to be.
It does not want to be front and center. Oh well, it's okay.
Really strange times we're living in here.
Let's keep our prayers up and keep our joy happening wherever we can find it. So we're just talking to ourselves right now, I guess.
So we prepared presentations of recent creativity. Somebody can't get in.
Oh, Dee's here. Can you put, are you on web? Who are you on? Facebook? Can you put your name in the chat? Can you chat up with us?
I don't think we're going to see the chats.
Oh, okay.
Unless people make comments, and I don't know
if the
comments are going to show up here.
Oh, well, we know Dee is here. Hey, Dee, at least we're not just talking to ourselves. Anybody else, you can text me and say, I'm here.
Dee Alexander, just back from Angola. All right.
Oh, you're on YouTube. That's why. Okay, very good. At least you're on the big screen. Yes. Okay. And do you like our spring flowers? And we just had a bloom. You see the bird of paradise? I was very surprised when I went into the conservatory to cut some greenery, and there was a bird. And the other flowers are from, the yard.
Our theme is Back to Africa again. We're heading out the 2nd of April, pretty much for the month of April. So really looking forward to that. The chance to get away from this madness and go into hopefully a more positive environment. There's a new president, seemingly I guess you'd call him a president, a new guy in charge.
In Ghana.
But yeah, and a new president in Ghana, John Mahama, who seems to be, starting off on the right foot. But, government is complicated. But I was encouraged by his recent visit to Burkina Faso and conferring with Ibrahim Traore and possibly joining that new alliance. That definitely bodes well for Africa's future. So I don't know if you're following things happening in Burkina, but a lot of positive steps being taken by the new administration. And with the wholehearted support of the people. New agricultural energies, new housing initiatives, pledge to create housing for everybody in the country so that no one would be without shelter. Modernizing the farming. Healthcare initiatives, building hospitals, just amazing. And they have retired their debt. It's the first country in Africa to be debt-free.
Know that.
So, there is a way. There's a new example, a new way forward. And just as they've decided to collapse and destroy the United States of America, many countries in Africa are really kind of not too disturbed by their news. The USAID that has been giving aid, so-called aid, to the continent has been withdrawn, and many countries are saying, hey, we're better off without it. We need to take care of ourselves anyway. So, change cuts both ways. And in as much as they're determined to destroy the America that used to be, the question is, what America will we create in the aftermath? Because please don't rely on them. Because what they have in mind is not good.
It doesn't include us.
It does not include us. Not in any positive way, anyway. So when the mountain is crumbling and the avalanche is falling, it's best to get out of the way. As soon as it's over, as soon as the storm passes, it's time to rebuild. So we are American Africans, going to visit some Ghanaian Africans and shake up this African thing. Mix and mingle. So Ghana is a wonderful destination because you can go to Ghana with a time unlimited visa. That is to say, you don't have to be there for a week or 2 weeks with your visa, as long as it's valid, as long as your passport is valid. You can stay there really an unlimited amount of time. You can apply for residency over a period of time. Many people have recently acquired citizenship in Ghana. But other countries are offering citizenship as well. Kenya, Burkina Faso, they recognize that we, in our aspect of the diaspora, can contribute to the future development of the continent. And especially for those of us who have always had Africa in our heart and in our spirit. This is the time to make those connections in whatever way you can. So for the last few years, we've been going back and forth and making the connection.
Oh, okay. D, you made a comment. Okay, I know you would.
And making the
Okay.
connections on the levels that we are. We are artists, crafts people, designers, visionaries of a sort. And, when we look at Ghana, when we visit Ghana, we see so much potential, so much possibility.
Yes.
So, I've had the experience in the past of moving from spaces and places that were on the decline to spaces that were on the upswing. And the difference is amazing. It's the difference in your spirit and what you can see and accomplish, who you can collaborate with. Totally liberating. So I left New York when it was becoming oppressive to me and went to DC at a time that DC was really a positive environment for art and culture. It was amazing. Under the Barry administration, it's a wonderful place to be. But over time, things changed. Gentrification came. New political winds were blowing. And, that forward progress ceased to be. So I left there, came to North Carolina for peace, tranquility, to rest, regroup, and create. And, with the fortunate help of Andrew Wilson, now Ambassador Andrew Wilson.
From the Bahamas.
From the Bahamas, we're able to establish a presence in Ghana with Sister Loki, Dawn, Kessie, and our whole team there. Just wonderful people that we've met and been able to collaborate with. I think we've made an impact, a little impact on the lives that we've touched, and the lives that have touched us have certainly made impact on us. But it's a time to turn your vision, your gaze to the continent. And it's great to go if you have the ability, but just pay attention to, listen to African voices, listen to the voice of the future, and steer your mind away from this chaos. We have this saying that creativity trumps chaos. So we can continue to create and imagine and dream and do so with like-minded individuals. That forms a zone of protection for our spirit, for our love, for our lives, and that's very necessary now. We're not going down with this ship.
Right, so everybody make sure you have a passport, just in case. Just saying.
Passport, get your real ID.
Yeah.
Meet you some people from other places. And like I say, keep a bag packed.
Yes.
Keep you a go bag packed. How long does it take to get to the airport?
So anybody else there? Okay, no comments, no. Was trying to wait a little while before we started the slide presentation. So I'm looking forward to, yes, we always work wherever we go and teach and share and collaborate. As I said, that's my word for the year, collaboration. It's important to work with people, to, you get energy, spirit, it's like stirring a pot, cooking together, where, somebody might have an ingredient that you haven't considered, and you're putting it all together. So that's something that I've enjoyed my time there, working with young women, girls and women, whether they're in high school or have graduated, now in college. Hi, Yolanda.
Yoli.
And it's just been rewarding, not just for them, but for me as well, just to be able to see them, as my daughter Kua says, sparkle. So it's been great.
So for those of you thinking about, spending some time, if not moving to some other place, I've seen, videos on YouTube about people who've done that. One particular sister was talking about, I guess, the expenses of what it costs, to live with for a year or so in Ghana. I've seen apartments, 2-bedroom apartments, going for about $2,000 a year. The only thing is, they want the money up front, and usually multiple years, usually like 2 years, or at least 1 year that you'd have to pay up front. And these are modern apartments with all the amenities, between $200 and $2,500 a year. My son is paying that much a month in DC.
Right, yeah. And most people, okay.
Ghana is a big country. I mean, there's most people land in Accra, and it's kind of expensive, but we're in Kumasi. One of the reasons that I like Kumasi is that Kumasi is still under the dominion of the Akan king, the Ashanti king. And even though there's a Ghanaian government, it is adjacent to and not instead of the king's dominion. So it's still a traditional cultural haven. And they're developing an international airport there, so it's getting ready to jump off and kick real large. But I just like the flavor of it, the feel of it. A little less hustle bustle. And I really do like the Akan culture, the Ashanti culture.
Name? You said that. Naima, sorry. Okay, these are not glasses I have on. These are window panes. How are you? Welcome. Happy spring.
So I've also heard of this group, and I think you can find them on YouTube, called Exodus. That is a group of women who facilitate the relocation of sisters in several other countries. There are communities that they've developed so that when you land there, they kind of take you by the hand and help you get settled and oriented. Sometimes you can go there for a visit before you move. I think they have an annual conference somewhere where they're sharing information. It's called Exodus, so look them up. But open your mind to the possibility. Like I say, we're only months into this 4-year tornado, and no telling what havoc is going to be wrought over these years. So like I say, keep your options open. I know people who've moved to Mexico, Panama, whole numbers of places.
The other parts of the continent as well. Yeah, a lot of people moving to Kenya.
Kenya is a live spot.
Yeah.
We have a good friend there, Tadre,
Yeah.
is ready and willing to assist.
What is her? Oh shucks. Yeah, she's really been there for some years now.
Beauty is universal.
Right.
Beauty is universal. Tadre Monet has regular broadcasts on YouTube. Beauty is universal. She's on Instagram as well. She's kind of guiding people into what's happening in Kenya, and will gladly assist and consult with anyone considering moving there. A good friend and master jeweler, Sekou Ra, relocated to Kenya and got married.
Of course.
You want to get started?
Yes, let's get started. I only see 3 people, but that doesn't mean other folk aren't there.
10 people watching.
How many? Oh, okay. All right. Hey, 10 people. Is the music too loud? Somebody tell me. You all okay? So this is, I want to call it a hey, Malia. Greetings. Right, Malia, you were in Ghana last year. Yes. And had a good time. So yeah, I know you ready to go back too. So this collection, I want to call it a small collection, but I realized I have at least 50 pieces, so maybe that's not small, but let's just get started. This is a, as I call it, a dango, a long kinetic abstract dango hoop. Lots of words, right? But basically, if you need me to hold anything up, so will we be able to see comments if anyone wants anything held up? No. Well, we can go back to it. Okay. If that happens, I'll just run through them quickly. Okay, there we go. Okay, still can't see him. Okay, but it's okay. So anyway, this is one of my favorite styles. That's because I do like long. So this is what I call a kinetic long earring. It's a hoop, and I do a lot of hoop design earrings, or because I also like hoops, but they're also easy to wear and put a back on it, and you know, they're not heavy. As I say, an earring should be able to go from morning till night without it bothering you and you feeling it. So and these are different resins, not resins, I'm sorry, acrylics. Well, the green is a resin, and I do a embellishment with beads of glass jet. This is a shorter version of my, what I used to call a basket hoop. I guess I still do, but I didn't list it as that. It's an abstract hoop because of the way that I layer the pieces together, red, black, and green. So marble coat, marble technique in the red, and then the green. In fact, I think that's recycled bamboo, and the black is acrylic. And this one has sterling silver wire. All the wires are either sterling silver or gold plated. No, gold filled, sorry. Another red, black, and green, still honoring our flag and Marcus Garvey. In fact, the house in Ghana that we stay in, that we christened, is the Garvey House. And I always pay homage. I feel like there should always be some red, black, and green in my collection. This is an abstract or stylized chihuahua, and a chihuahua is an antelope sculpture that comes from Mali, and it is significant of the harvest, plentifulness. So this has been a design that I stylize in a lot of my work, especially earrings. A type of waterfall, as I call it, anything that kind of dangles with change that I do, I call them waterfalls. And this one is a black, I'm going to hold that one up because it has 3 sides or 3 panels. And then I have this, I call it an oxidized disc with some jet beads, sterling silver wire. Another, this is a stylized chihuahua as well. And you can see how I mean, the styling, basically you see like there's a head, the top of the antelope, and then just a long piece. It's kind of the body. But anyway, one of my favorites, especially if you're into black. Short version of a hoop earring. This one is with mesh. It's kind of got, it has sphere look with the added wire in black and sterling silver. It's the ear wire to go through your ear. Always like a little movement. Another stylized version of a chihuahua. And this one has, I guess that's not showing up, huh? Ivory and pearl with horn at the bottom. Okay, another favorite. This is a kinetic piece. Layers of mammoth ivory. So this is prehistoric. This is like from the woolly mammoth. And then I added textile or fabric, which is kuba cloth, which is from the Congo. Is that what they're calling it now? Also a type of hoop. So my signature design is, and most of you know, are specialty pieces that are one of a kind, small sculptures. And my background is a little of architecture. So I kind of combine a lot of elements and like a tactile kind of feeling with most of the pieces. And then there are the classic pieces like a crescent, One of the shapes that I use a lot is our crescents or curves. I think there's a lot of curvature in my work, so that it's very feminine. Um, let's see, yes. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you two versions. This is some new material I'm working with, an acrylic that's called Black Tie Affair, but it is so pretty. It's like a mixture of black and silver, or whatever, opal, not opal essence, but like opal, and threads of gold going through it. But anyway, the classic crescent. And I have embellished these. At the top, there's some jet beads on this one, and this one has jet beads top and bottom. So here is 11, which is a kinetic abstract hoop. So you open that part, this goes through the ear, so it dangles. And it also has jet beads out of the Black Tie Affair acrylic. Another, let me see, this is 12. I'm calling this one also a stylized chihuahua. But it's also a kinetic piece. Over that way. So we can't see comments. If anybody's commenting, we have to wait till it's all over. Let's see if we can check right quick. Full screen. Nope, no comments. Okay. Well, when you say one-sided, no, you can wear them on either side. Yeah. Even they're singles, but they're individual pieces. Yeah. And this is a classic ivory crescent that everyone should have. A classic waterfall, gold wire. It's kind of a copperish gold beads on here of the little ivory dangles. And it's also a hoop. And so when I say a waterfall, it hangs down. Another hoop, turn 18. Stylized hoop, as I call it. Black on black with glass and jet beads. There we go. Right, that's gone. Okay, Marvin, next is 20, I think. Pleated dangle. It's like layers, a few layers put together here. Okay, you can see that's a side view. That's a front view, the little dangle. And this is in sterling, and there's some black jet beads on here and some hematite. And the speckled, that's like a pressed dyed bamboo, recycle. One of my favorites, of course it's purple, is this purple heart, and it's a two-tone. acrylic at the top. Okay, I'm trying to see where it can, okay, here. There we go. So on the back side, it's gold. And the front side, it's this burgundy wine color that kind of mimics the same coloration as the Purple Heart would. And it does move. Okay, I'm trying to, okay. And gold-field wire. I guess I'm going to take off this earring. Really should do this side so that you all can see up closer. I'm going to try this one on because I really love this earring. So people say, do you make anything, or you must have a lot of jewelry? I was like, no, not really. I have friends and customers that have more jewelry than me, because I don't ever make anything for myself. After something has been in the show, or as I say, on tour for a couple of shows, or a few shows really, I may decide to keep a piece. So that's kind of how. Okay, there is this hoop. So this is showing the gold side. So if you would wear it on the other side, it would show the burgundy side. And Purple Heart wood is rare. Again, they in fact are not allowing it to be used in Brazil, where it is mainly what do you harvest wood? So here we have another stylized type chihuahua with a broad fan band at the bottom. So you can see how that would go on the ear. Kind of like it with the chihuahua top. So yes, these are some of my favorites. Purple. Now we're gonna do a little red. Red basket hoop. What is this one? 23. Okay. Abstract hoop that has crystal beads on it in red. For you red lovers. And another shape, a little bigger than the other one. And another classic crescent in red. Now, see, you can do it on either side. And this is out of the marble acrylic with beads embellished at the top and the bottom. Another favorite of this kinetic mobile type earring that is out of this smoky bronze that has lines, a lined pattern underneath. But with I've got black jet beads on here. But yeah, I love this one. Okay, turn this way. Another waterfall. And this is, I call a layered look, because I've put three different elements together: Purple Heart, polymer clay, and this disc, metal disc with got chains hanging with beads The beads are little iridescent hematite, and at the top, and this wire is silver. And the polymer clay was done by a dear friend who's an exceptional artist, Deborah Jackson, who's out of Ohio. Hey, Deborah. This is ebony and the bronze acrylic. This also moves. Oh, thank you. 26 and 27 gone. Okay. 26, 27, where are they? 26, okay.
Purchase from the website.
Oh, okay.
We try to orient the sales to the website because what happens is somebody will claim something and somebody else will buy it on the website, and then it's confusion. So if everything goes through the website, first come, first serve, we have your information, we know how to ship it to you. It simplifies everything for us. Not that we don't want to talk to you, but
okay.
You know, we're really trying to make the system work, so we appreciate it.
Okay. 26. Okay. Here am I, 28. 28. Okay, what did I just do? That was 28. Okay, 28. I did that. 29. Okay, a new style that I'm working with that I'm loving are these kind of big silver dangle wire designs, line designs as I call them, with little embellishments at the top. This one has an oxidized disc and some crystal beads. But just one of these with a small hoop or a diamond in the other ear, or just just fun. Another crescent out of the marble, a red, a smaller one. So yeah, I have a few things that are small. 31, a pair. How about that? I don't do them often. This is a frosted wine, purple, kind of wineish color. What color you call this? With plum, with purple beads at the top. They look a little dark on there, and they are darker than the plum. More of a grape color. Yeah. I'm trying, y'all. I get these, my directions mixed up. Okay, hold on. This one. Okay, there we go. $32. A waterfall. Mammoth ivory. These wonderful black chains with crystal hematite. Oops, go that way. Okay. I love iridescent hematite and crystals. I use them a lot. And it's a hoop. So you see, that's a true waterfall. Which one was that? 32, 33. Purple, I call this an elongated hoop or vertical hoop. Kind of like, oh well, did I have one on? Yep, on this side. Kind of like that. Silver wire, hematite beads. Two kinds of purple colored. 33, 34. So I'm going to show 34 and 35 together because they're similar, but they are different the way I layered them. But it's really a beautiful purple. This is a marble purple. Okay, you can kind of see it has an iridescence to it, or glow, or it's just pretty. And then this one has a different shape. There we go. So you see how it would move in your ear like that? Okay. 36. 36 and 37 are similar out of this goldenrod acrylic with golden beads. You see they're two different shapes that I have going on, layers. And I call this my pleated. So it moves. What's 30? Luminance purple and in fact, this is the photo is much darker than what this purple is. It also has hematite beads, iridescent, and it's sterling wire as well. Really nice hoop. What was that? That was 30. Okay, 39. So classic shapes. I do gold plating, 18 karat. For people that want just a classic. And how did you get to be 39? It's changed. I'll put one on. As I call it, the everyday earring that you can wear from morning till evening. You got that dinner date or that cocktail party. Can you see? That's 39. And then 40, we're going to skip one. A new style for some people. This is called my twist rod earring. This is a good everyday earring with anything by itself, with a little chip or hoop on the other side in silver or whatever. And more than one can be purchased. If you want a pair, I would do that. So that was 40. No, okay, now 41 is another gold plated. These are very lightweight too, but they really have a great look for someone that, doesn't want a lot of frill. Okay, 42. New design. This one. In fact, I have two. 42 and 43. This is sterling and a silver acrylic, and it moves. I love this. I'm gonna try it on just a second. But it kind of sculpts the face, or frames the face. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, that is, you can see it. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. And then there's another one that's similar, but different. That is another twist rod, and that one is gold plated. Ear wires are sterling. And then there's another one. These work well together, 44 and 45. So I'll try 45 on. One of my favorites are my wire twist hoops in different shapes. This one's a little bold. And then with something a little simpler on the other side, which is the rod, would make a great mix. Or if you have more than one hole, you can put two on one side, and there's another look. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm taking them off. If they will come off. Are you coming? Are you? Oops. Okay. All right. Where are we? We are at 40. Let's see. 46. Another one of the linear, or let's say line design hoops. Different shape with some moonstones at the top. Okay. And where are we? That was 46. 47, a smaller version with, oops, sorry, crystal at the top, crystal beads, a shorter version. Dangle, 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 kind of every day. And a classic Chihuahua. Stylized classic. All right, am I going quick enough? 49, okay. Mix it up a bit. Here's the leather feather with sterling and jangles, and you can say it's a waterfall supreme. Love. So yeah, this is like excitement. 50 and 51, a spiral waterfall with crystal. If you want two, you can do two. A twist. Twist rod. Rod twist. You see? So just simplicity, elegance, beauty. And last but not least, a pair. As someone would say, this is your starter kit. This is a curved pyramid, kind of a very, very simply sweet earring. And that's my presentation. Now in the collection, there are many, many, many more pieces. Chips and what do you call those? Illusions and bracelets and other things, but we'll have to do a in-person show wherever you are. Hopefully we'll get to you this summer. Hopefully we'll get to Detroit, Yolanda. We haven't been there in years. So hopefully we'll see you this summer. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, everyone. Yolanda. Who else is here? I don't see any more comments.
Some people apparently are having difficulty getting on, but
oh no,
it's always a problem. No matter which platform we use, it's always a problem. So we try to switch up from Zoom to YouTube and Facebook. Some people are on one and not on the other. And,
oh wow. Okay.
It's like, and then each platform is always changing their format. So you become accustomed to doing things a certain way, and you go back and change something, and it's a little more difficult or complicated.
To get on, yeah. That's ridiculous. Okay. Oh, hi, Deborah. Right. Yes. Malia, we'll go to, okay, thank you. Uh-oh, yep. That's right up your alley, Malia. Those earrings are you.
So again, the concept that we're working on is, can we, in collaboration with artisans and colleagues in Ghana, create products to market here and elsewhere to sustain an ongoing creative development project. much the same as USAID, that was government funded, attempts to work with artisans, craftspeople, designers on the continent to assist them in skills development, product development, and marketing. But the economy on the continent is vastly different than it is here. In Ghana, for example, the US dollar is equivalent to 16 CD. And for some people, you know, a monthly wage is less than 1,000 CD, which is, you know, maybe a couple $100. So we attempt to, on each visit, to patronize artisans, to collaborate with artisans, and to see if we can develop products that we can bring here to market to sustain this process. And so we're relying on you to make purchases to support the project. We're doing our part in terms of trying to create unique, different things that will enhance your spirit. But it's a work in progress. And for those of you who have been loyal customers through the years, you know, through the decades, we really appreciate your support as we continue to reach out to you and to others through you. So please continue to spread the word. We appreciate you every time you do that. So now I'm going to...
And Dee, thank you for supporting everybody.
Everybody.
The children, the girls in Ghana. You have 3, you sponsoring 3 girls through Back to Africa Connection. Isn't that what it is? Yes. Through Dawn Sutherland, who has introduced us and is our everything when we're there in Ghana and beyond. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So I'm going to go right pretty quickly through some new items that I've added to my website. I've been working feverishly for months. Actually, many of these things were supposed to be ready for the holidays and didn't quite make the cut.
And he works 12 and 14-hour days.
Every day.
Can't get him to take off a Sunday. You see, here we are, right?
So these are business card cases. A few new designs. And many of these are collaborations, pieces that were created in Ghana. Some of them were partially done there, partially done here. But I'm always using motifs that are in the African spirit, keeping culture alive. And it is very gratifying to see people who, you know, when I see them, will pull one of these out of their bag and wallet and say, you know, I've had this for 10 years and it's still hanging in. We have the cell phone pouches, and this is probably my most popular item. It's a soft-sided pouch that handles, accommodates pretty much any cell phone size, snaps closed, has a long string you can wear around your shoulder, around your neck. It's good for hands-free. If you're out walking or jogging or just going to the store and you want to know where is your phone, the teachers love these. I'm sorry to move so fast. So different colors, different designs. The djembe with the jinyame These are cell phone pouches. Beautiful sisters. Um, these are $80, Brother Malcolm. On the website, the cell phone pouch. I just recently finished a few of these. These are, I call these slim wallets. These are men's wallets. You can see the interior. Room for your credit cards, your billfolds. Again, Adinkra symbols, Kemetic symbols, the Eye of Heru, which is symbol of the sun from Kemet. Men's wallets. This is a new item, and I think I call this the flat card wallet. So you can see it's just a long piece, but the great feature is that on the back, it snaps so you can securely accommodate your credit cards, and the zipper's open. You know, put your money, your keys, your coins in there. Again, the flat wallet, flat card wallet, new item. This is another style, another image of the same design, flat card wallet. These are $125. The Chihuahua, Coastwell's famous antelope image in its actual form. This is also a new item. I call this the nightlife clutch. It's a nice handle, petite size, classic. But it also has a shoulder strap. It attaches on the side.
Beautiful.
The nightlife.
The nightlife. I love it. You know I like this one.
So here are 3 or so of these. This is also a new bag. Oh, it's the LTD. Untangle it.
Oh, wow.
So it's very soft leather. Nice pocket, zip pocket on the back. A zip top, a hard bottom. It's the LTD. There are 3 of these available. The Oni Arife, another beautiful sister in blue. A couple of new items. And the ever popular Heather bag, named after Heather Ampofo Auntie, one of our ancestors and very dear friend. In fact, we named our van after her. So up and down the road, we're praying to Heather. Get us there, Heather, get us back, please. The Heather pouches, these are $210. This is the AK profile in lavender, embossed crocodile and purple. Black on black on black and silver. Another Heather bag. Kemetic images. The Lotus Princess, VP24. The Gelade mask from Nigeria to bless the festival. Bless the market, I'm sorry. Bless the marketplace. There's another very serene image of a beautiful sister. Again, these are Heather pouches, long adjustable straps. So apparently there's a problem on Facebook. People have them, and I don't know why. Some people are on Facebook, and some people aren't.
Okay.
So this is my white collection of Heather bags, ready for the summer.
Hey, Mel. Enjoying yourself? Yeah, I see you.
So this is part of my white collection for the summertime. Bag is called the New 2 pouch. There's one in red with a Dinkra symbol and Kuba patterns. I call these Kuba colors, taking the traditional earth tone Kuba fabric and adding coloration to the patterns. Still blacker than a berry.
I love it.
Don't burn, Burns. Yes, I love this one. Purple Kente design. Again, the New 2. Nefertiti in that same style bag. This is a smaller version, just a new pouch with the new Jinyame, a very contemporary design. Here's another in that same size. This is for the gele. This leather is just magnificent. It's hard to see right here, but
Oh yeah.
we found this leather in Chicago at a fabric store, and I think it costs like $14 a square foot.
Yeah, a little bitty thing.
Which is the most expensive leather I've ever bought. But, you know, sometimes you got to bite that bullet to get that effect. So, again, very beautiful, beautiful piece. These are bucket bags, small bucket bags, crossbody. And quite as it's kept, every bag with a long strap is crossbody. But they branded that, and so people want a crossbody bag. Oh yeah, we do that. So I call this the Golden Sister. This is beautiful green leather that I found. Oh man, I just like looking at the color, lime green, and a design kind of to complement that spirit. This is kind of a raspberry, beautiful leather. We found this place in North Carolina that sells whole hides with this beautiful, beautiful leather. And I got a few pieces from them. And
what's the price on which, ma'am? The green?
These are $3.25. These bags are $3.25. This is a black. This is one of the masks I purchased from a designer, artisan in mustard.
That one? The gold?
325. I think it was that one. Yeah, that's the only mustard one. Yeah, it's okay. 325. So it's kind of a baule looking mask made in Ghana. But these are brothers who do the traditional lost wax casting. And we visited their workshop village, actually.
Yeah.
And saw the whole process. And we're collaborating with them. They made some special designs for us, and we're looking forward to seeing them on this trip as well. These are men's clutches. This is a reliquary figure adjacent to a Kuba pattern. And here's one with Africa and a Dinkra collage. These are $3.75 for the brothers. Backpacks. There's a red one. Beautiful design. Silhouette sister. Another. This is blue. Another one in brown with Ife mask looking at the new Jinyame. This bag, this is a small hobo bag that I made maybe 4 or 5 years ago and just found it and painted it. So this is a very popular style. For people who are looking for a bigger bag, this will accommodate everything you need, but it will not weigh you down. So this is the small hobo. There you can see the design. Brother and sister talking to each other through a peacock feather. This is one of the masterpiece collections. Many of the bags that I've been working on in the past couple of years have been smaller bags because they're easier to show on the website and they're more affordable. But I've started now going back to my more detailed and I don't know, creative works. So this bag that holds a laptop, this is $850. And I've been working on 3 of these. I sold one, this is the next, and there's one left. But these bags maybe take a year to complete. But when they're done, they're really statement pieces. Again, so this is $850 for the masterpiece. But a shape of things to come. I'm going back to some of the big bags, some of the styles that I haven't been doing for years, because they're more of a challenge and they're more gratifying when I see them completed. And it's a better representation of the development of my artistry. And here.
All right.
So voodoo, the voodoo.
The Gregory bag.
Gregory. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
So nice, roomy zipper at the back. Put that there in the front. Another zipper, pouch, pocket, and then one on the inside.
No, for the masterpiece bag, there's no design on the back. It just has a zipper pocket on the back. So usually the backs are plain because this is rubbing up against your body, and any design back here ultimately, because of abrasion, will wear thin. So usually I focus on putting the artwork on the front. Well, like I say, I'm starting to stretch out because, you know, as they're tearing things down, we need to build things up. And as I say, creativity trumps chaos. So we're trying to live large and live out loud and, you know, do our best and most exciting work, because every piece of art and creativity that we put into the universe helps offset the negativity somewhere else, helps to inspire someone to see something that they've never looked at before. And as I said, because we are collaborating with brothers and sisters on the continent, we're building the future, just as this place of the past is crumbling down.
What's up there?
Huh?
You still showing the bag? You got another bag to show?
No, that's it.
Oh, I didn't know you were finished.
So that was the last bag. So again, how do we do this?
Have me do this. Okay. All right, there you go.
Back at it.
Okay.
January.
Hey, Miss Moja. Uh-oh, what did you miss out on? Okay, we'll talk. Hey, y'all.
So again, the theme is back to Africa. Again, we're headed out in about a week. We'll be there for about a month, going to see what we can see and do what we can do.
Yes.
And hopefully to bring back to you some fresh creativity and some positive energy.
Yes, and good vibes.
Good
Yes.
vibes. So, please pray for us. Keep us in your heart and spirit.
And we will definitely be praying for y'all because we're leaving you for a while. Yeah.
One thing when you travel, all this chaos of America is in your rearview mirror, and you don't have to look at it.
But we're doing pretty good not looking at it. Hey, ain't nothing on music, okay?
So, we'd appreciate any patronage, your support. All the money that we earn, we take over there and invest and reinvest.
Right, and distribute and feed families and help children go to school and
try to make a positive impression of who we are as a people from this side of the world, because we are Africans. We're just American Africans. And some of you are Chicago Africans and New York Africans, and you're going to see some Accra Africans and some KUMASI Africans. But deep down in our heart and spirit, we're connected. In fact, there was a great exhibit. In fact, we saw Deborah there last week in Chicago at the Art Institute. Was it a Black Planet?
Project a Black Planet.
Which was a wonderful display of creativity, documentation in the Pan-African spirit. But it's the Pan-African spirit from a cultural perspective. And I've maintained for years that we've always been Pan-African culturally. And people are looking to the politicians and the heads of state to get on board. But because these elected officials are really managers of colonial franchises that were never designed to be together. So it's going to be difficult politically for them to pull that off. As you're seeing, it just hasn't happened. But, the Trinidadians and the Nigerians and the Ghanaians and the Alabamans and the Chicagoans and the Grenadians and the Bahamians, and we all been together all along. And there have never been any borders or boundaries separating us, because we know that we're part of one family, that global African family. And we hope to instill that spirit in younger generations so that they recognize the tremendous resource that they have available to them. There are 55 countries on the continent, at least 18 countries in the Caribbean, and these are Black countries. And interestingly, they are starting to talk to each other, bypassing Europe and America, who've been blocking for years. And once they connect with each other, the global or the transcontinental economic cooperation that's developing on the continent, and that connecting with the Caribbean. Case in point, Andrew Wilson, who in the spirit of Garvey, along with us, began this journey to Ghana in 2019. We've been at it ever since. And since he's been going there, the spirit of Africa has taken root in the Bahamas. In fact, their version of carnival is called Junkanoo. And they've discovered that contrary to the lies that the British told them, that junk canoe had some kind of European origin, they found that there was an African king, a Ghanaian African king with the name John Canoe.
Is it in Western
Western
Ghana?
region.
Western region.
And so they have visited there, made the connections, and now Ghanaians are going to the Bahamas and Bahamians are going to Ghana. And who would have expected the connection to be made from the Bahamas to Africa? We would have thought it would be Trinidad or Jamaica. Certainly there are many Jamaicans in Ghana, but just goes to show you what's coming down the pike. This is a process that is in motion, and this African reconnection is powerful. And we need to lean on that spirit, especially in these times, because all is not lost. In fact, we're just finding ourselves and finding each other. And in the spirit of GABA,
Golden Age of Black Art,
we are continuing to use our creativity to imagine and to design a new African future.
I just want to ask everyone that did get on, if possible, so that we can kind of keep you abreast of our next movement as we travel in Ghana, to make sure that you sign the email registry. What is it called? Guest book on the website. And that way we can, shoot you an email, or I don't know, we may even do a newsletter or something.
We're going to do a live stream from Ghana.
Okay, okay. So anyway, just make sure that you're signed up so we can keep in touch while we're there.
So get you a plate of jollof rice and
we'll share.
and hang out with us.
Okay, that'll be great. Well, we may do a couple live streams because we got lots of stuff going on over there.
Oh, man. Yeah, we hit the ground running and don't stop till we get to the airport coming home.
Yeah.
So looking forward to a great journey. And again, thank you,
everyone, for hanging out with us and supporting and spending this time with us. Yes.
So again, we're going to send out slideshows to our email list. The recording of this event will be on Facebook and on YouTube. If you want to share it with someone who couldn't make it, we'd appreciate that. And again, thank you so much. We love you. We carry your spirit with us.
Hugs and kisses. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.